Okay guys, so this is a bittersweet moment. It's pretty bitter actually. I brought the car up to auction up north and they gave me a report of 2.9 when the last auction just gave me a report of 4. I was a little bitter about it, but more what scared me is they put in the announcement structural damage. You guys saw all the work I did. There's no structural damage on that car anymore. I called to try to have them remove that in the announcements because it looks really bad for the auction. And then when that happened, my report went from 2.9 to 2.2. So some little angry SOB dropped my score to a really ugly score for this car. So because it looks so nice, people are going to think there's some serious structural damage because of it, which really irritates me. I legit want to start a lawsuit, like a class action lawsuit. Anyway, the thing's about to still go across. Now they've removed the structural damage tag in my announcements, but now it's on my condition report, which is what dropped the value so bad. They still had things from the previous report when I bought the car, like the old tire conditions were never updated. I just spent hundreds of dollars on tires. The rear quarter trim panels that I fixed in the trunk, they say they're still broken, but they don't show photos of it. Say there's still fender damage, but they don't show the fender damage. Say there's still a dent by the gas tank, but they can't show a photo of it. Just complete like fraud, like straight up fraud at this point. So I'm very irritable, angry, but the car is about to go across the auction, so I figured I would show you guys. It's probably not even going to be bid on because I have a high holdout value, and the auction looks like it's doing crappy as it is already. Not many things are selling. It's not looking too good. So I'm not holding my breath. I don't think anything good's going to happen today. And now I'm just stressing out what I'm going to do this week. Maybe I'll bring it back down to the other one. I don't know. Anyway, I'll bring you up to speed when it comes on. Look what happened in my report now. So now I have this big red structural issue. You scroll down to structural, rear right D pillar, previous repair, substandard repair, structural. Then you look at the photo, nothing. Not a damn thing. You guys know from my videos, I didn't even touch this. There's nothing here. There's nothing to, this is all factory spot welding. Like there's no repair. There's seam sealer over top of it, just like the other side. If anything, he can call this paint bad. But he's saying that this is structural damage. So he's just being a scumbag. Car's definitely not going to sell. Yeah, if any of you guys have had issues, I really am considering reaching out and just doing a class action lawsuit against these guys. They need to go down. And I doubt I'll ever get a good report on any of my vehicles from here on out because of, they'll remember my name now. All right, guys, my car is up next. But honestly, if you look here to the right, you see all the red, no sale, no sale, no sale. I don't think my car is selling anyway, and I'm glad. Even if I got an offer right now, it'd be so crappy low that it wouldn't be worth it. I think everyone's left. They bought the cars they want. But it is up next, so we might as well see it not sell. Now they're breathing on mine. Okay, now mine started. Look, I wrote this. CR was 2.9, angry employee dropped it. He didn't mention that. I think he just chuckled at it.
Angry employee dropped it.
He said it.
You read that? All right, bit of up in town, but a good boy. All right, bit of a push in, somebody get on town, but a on this car. All but get 10, take it to be 2 and a half. 10 to 50. A 10 negative be good, 10 negative be 2 and a half. A 10 negative be 250. A 10 negative be 2 and a half. 10 grand. 10 2 and a half. A 10 negative be 250. A 10 negative be 2 and a half. Anybody else? Take it out.
Nobody.
A 10 negative be 250. 10,000. 10 2 and a half. We'll pass.
That's cool. At least he said it out loud. I give him a lot of credit for calling out that. That's beautiful. But yeah, it didn't sell. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, it is 2 days later since my probably temper tantrum I threw. I was so mad. I'm still kind of angry. I'm still debating whether I go through with it, but I really don't remember what I left off with. I got screwed at the auction, which took my value, my already value that should have been a little higher, but I took it from a 12,250 down to a 1050 or 10,000. So I lost like 2 grand in value, or at least $1,500, $1,700 in value. And it should have been higher already because the guy never updated 2 of the fixes along with the tires, and I wasn't even mad about all that. Like I knew they were a little nice to me about my paint job, so I figured it was like fair. But the only thing, I didn't want structural damage in the notes because any dealer will read that and think frame damage and then think lawsuits and price and shouldn't be worth anything. So I just wanted that removed. I was ranting and raving with his boss or whoever sent him out. I said I was going to sue them. I started the process of finding an attorney. I contacted an attorney, the ones that beat Uber. Straight up sent an essay. I sent all the proof, sent everything. Turns out they don't do that type of... oh God. Turns out they don't do that type of class action lawsuits. They do mostly labor-based class action lawsuits. I'm coming down off that irritability, recklessness, being pissed off, but I'm not sure if I'm done. I think it probably tarnished my ability to go to that auction here on out. At the very least, sell at that auction. So I don't know. I'm a little weirded out by the whole situation. I don't know if I dug myself in too deep. If I did, so be it. But right now, I want to go check out a few Dollys. So I called a few people. I'm heading out right now. If I find something, I might try to tape it. People get a little weird when I show up with the camera. I don't like to make people uncomfortable, especially when I'm negotiating a deal. So I found a guy that has one of these nicer blue ones for a little less, but I can't find the listing right now. So I'm hoping he's still good. He said I can come. So anyway, I'm going to head out there now, and hopefully it all goes good. See you in a bit. Well, good news. We're back. I got a deal. There it is. So these are the old tires off of my Ford Explorer. You can kind of see why I had to replace them, especially if I'm going to start towing cars. But this is the Dolly. Came with the straps and a spare tire. All the tires are nice. I think 2018 they were made. So yeah, very happy. The guy was asking 12. I kept trying to beat him down. He said there's no way he's taking less than 1,000, and I got it for $949. So a little higher. I was planning on a different one for about 800. I was gonna try to talk him down to 600. It's okay. This is far better than what I would have spent $350 less on. The other one was completely rusted all the way through. There was no electric brake system. There was no breakaway system. There was no swivel on the car, so you can actually... All right, yeah, I'm clean. But this whole piece swivels as you drive, so as you turn, the car is not kind of chopping your wheels in the back end or on the back end of the other car. Very happy. I do have to figure out where I'm going to put this thing all the time, because I have no idea. Yeah, I really thought I was going to be able to lift this thing up, put it almost sideways, kind of teeter it through my door on the side of the house, kind of put it on the porch. But as you can see, this thing is a beast. I mean, it takes up almost the whole garage door. I live in an HOA, so I can't have this thing on the side of my house or it can't be seen. So it has to be either hidden on my porch or in here. It can be in my driveway, but if it's in my driveway, it's basically as good as being stolen. I was thinking about even trying to flip it up, but it's pretty tall once it's flipped up. I imagine it's at least 10, 12 feet. Yeah, anyway, anyone has an idea, please let me know. I would love to hear it. So for now, the Jeep is back at the original auction. It's okay. Now there's a couple more days. It's in the lot. Most people will probably be going to view it today if they're interested. If not, tomorrow morning. It had a really rushed last minute report last time, so I don't think a lot of the dealers got a chance to even look at the car. I don't think it was put online long enough. So I'm hoping this extra day gives me some time so that it'll all be okay and people get a chance to see it. We'll find out. For right now, I think that's it, guys. I think we're just gonna wait till Thursday. I'm kind of trying to deal with some salon stuff. We're expanding. We got the next place to expand. One of the girls left. Another one wants to do part-time. Basically, our source of income that they were totally in are leaving. And from what I'm hearing, it's happening all over the place. So anyway, if you guys know anyone who's a hairstylist, please let them know. We're looking for people. Even if you have a friend or family member, sister, brother, who's a hairstylist in New York, they may have a friend who's in San Diego and is looking. So if you think of anyone, please just kind of put the word out. It would help us out a lot. But anyway, I'll probably get back to you guys during the auction tomorrow morning. If everything goes well, I might pick up another car tomorrow morning. We'll see what happens. All right, so it is the next morning. Car is about to go into auction. This used car market is hurting. It's going bad. Some random cars are going way overpriced, like a 2016 Optima with 240,000 miles just sold for like $4,000. But then a 2016, I don't know, Audi with 70,000 miles won't go for $3,000. It's very weird. Everything's kind of all over. It's definitely market based what sells hot here because Optimas sell like crazy. But my vehicle is almost up. I've already dropped the floor price. I don't even think dropping my floor price we're even going to hit a bid on it. I might lose money on this car at this point. I don't even know if I'll break even. I might actually lose money. So we'll see. Oh, mine's up.
We got as in the rubber. There's one of the big now compass. Here we go. You got a 40 CR. Look at the miles, guys. There's one of the big now, $13,000. 13 and there, everything in there, 13 of the money, hit me, I got 8 grand, 2 pound 5, 82.50, 10 5, 5, 7 and a half, 5,
Yes.
7, 10 5, 9.
Yes.
Another big down up here, 9, 9, 9, everything in there, 9, 92 pound.
Yes.
There, go down to the big $92.50, anybody else, 92, have, all through, 2, have, 92. 50, down to the big 9, 9, down to the big 9, down to the big 9, up here 9, 92, and a half of the money, and 9. Guys, we need help on that one a little bit more. Go to the next.
I just thought the car was going for $92.50. It turns out he was fake bidding. He was trying to help me out. So no one was actually doing any of those bids. Yeah. So it didn't take. I told him I would take the $92.50, and he said he never actually had it. He was just trying to get me there, which I appreciate. I think he sees that I'm struggling. So he just said next week he'll get me on the phone, run it, and see what it gets. Yeah, I guess that'll be in next week's episode if I even put this episode out. I don't really know what I'm going to do. I do think today maybe my Patreons know, but my Audi got hit. A car was parked. It was basically a month after the paint job. It's a long story. It's all on the Patreon. But it did end up getting covered. But the car, I don't even know if I mentioned on here if it was just on the other one, but the Audi timing belt snapped. The one I put on like 2 or 3 months ago to make sure it wouldn't snap. Snapped. So I'm thinking right now today I go put the timing belt on the Audi and gonna have to go old school, do it in the street, get as best as I can footage. I need to get that on so it can go to the body shop and be able to be mobile and they can work on it. If it's not, I imagine it'll start to be a big problem. It needs to happen anyway. I was planning on doing it. I hope today's a cool day because yesterday was brutal. Anyway, gonna go old school, throw some tools in the back of the Explorer, park in front of it, jack it up, get to work, hopefully get this thing fixed. See you guys out there. Well, that was an epic fail. I think you guys saw me pulling out the dolly. The camera overheated while I was getting the car attached. Thought it was going to be a quick 2-minute process. Took me like 2 hours to get that damn thing on there. Nah, maybe like an hour, but it's hot. It's really hot out there. Got it, kept trying to back it in. I thought the camera might be recording. Didn't realize it overheated. The dolly that I got has like a swivel to it. It's supposed to make turns easier with the vehicle, but because of that, it took away my plan of kind of using the dolly's leverage to kind of get the car up that hill and into the garage. What happened is the swivel kept swiveling and just started pushing my car closer into the fender of the dolly. I kept hearing a little noise. I thought it was my tires and the ball hitch. Kind of just crinkling, making noise. It was an awkward angle. I figured there was a lot of weight, a lot of tires spinning, stuff like that. Turns out I started to cut into the lower rocker arm of the driver's side with the fender from the dolly. So I gave up. I parked the thing on the opposite side of the street of where it was, just so this way it doesn't get a ticket or towed or anything. But I need to get it running before it goes to the insurance company, so probably going to try to tackle it again in the morning, see how I'm feeling tomorrow. Today I'm whooped. Yeah, breathing heavy, feeling really weak for some reason. That really took a lot out of me. I need to start exercising. Anyway, I will see you guys in the morning. Okay, it is the next morning. I'm gonna go round 2 on this Audi, and we're just gonna do it in the street. It's probably gonna run bad. The timing belt snapped. I heard a little pinging when it first happened, and I thought something else was happening in the engine. I didn't really hear anything by the end, but I had like no power. If it runs, it's probably gonna be loud and chattery. That's okay. I might have to replace the head in the future and do this for probably a 3rd or 4th time on the timing belt. It's all right. I just need the car to be able to run so that when it gets to the auto shop, they can drive it around, beat it around to make it look good. I think I'm gonna have to yank the transmission anyway. I don't even know if I mentioned that on the channel yet. It's a dual clutch setup on this thing, and it seems like the bigger clutch discs might have worn out. The whole fluid change really didn't do much. Basically, going into first or reverse, there's a long lag until it grabs, and I'm guessing it starts to grab at the high RPMs when the second clutch is probably kicking in, which is the smaller clutch, and it's meant just for maintaining during high speed, I believe. I'm still kind of learning all this. In the future, the whole thing's gonna have to be yanked out. It's gonna be a big project. I don't know when, how I'm going to get to it. I do know it can't be a week-long process, so I'm going to have to like bang it out, have everything, and do it in like a day or 2. I can't take the time. I know I have to try to create good content for you guys, but times are getting tight. I need to move. I need to move fast. I need to flip cars a lot faster, like 1 week flips tops, even if I only get $500, something. Like I need to move faster because right now things are getting hairy out there. So anyway, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna get started. It's probably gonna be a lot of quick montage, full fast forward footage, just because it's hot. It's a little cooler today. I think it's like 90, 92 out there, but it is in direct sunlight. I am gonna remember to use sunblock, but yeah, I just wanna bang this thing out. I really wanna see how fast I can do it. This will be my 4th or 5th time doing a timing belt on an Audi. There's one tricky spot, but I think the rest I should have muscle memory. Yeah, I think I got it. So anyway, see what happens. All right, guys, we're about 3 hours and 15 minutes in, and now it's time for the first start. It's probably going to sound real bad. I'm right now, I'm just priming the pump, but yeah, like I said, the timing belt snapped, so it's probably gonna be real pingy, but if it runs, we're already ahead of the game. Let's find out. Did I forget something? Well, it is about 6:30, I think. 6:45. Timing belt took me 3 hours and 15 minutes to change, and that was with about 30 minutes, maybe even 45 to an hour. It was quite a while that I was fighting, trying to just get a simple pin in the tensioner for the serpentine belt. Just like the old days, I couldn't really leave. All my tools were there. I didn't want them to get stolen. I was starting to get really dehydrated. Started feeling a little scary, but then I just thought, screw it at one point, because I was feeling very weak. I just took the Mustang, drove to the house quick, grabbed some waters, drove back. Then I realized I needed a part, so I drove back. Got the timing belt on, expected to turn over. It sounds like almost like the starter is not engaging. So I hit the starter a few times with a hammer. It feels like it's spinning over, but I feel like there's a fail-safe somewhere. Something's a fail-safe, like not letting everything actually happen. My thought is it should still run right now, but it's not. Like, it should still start up. It'll probably be ping, 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 ping. I'll probably hear a bunch of little taps, but it should still start to a degree, even if it's some type of running. I just realized I could have it 180 at a time since the belt snapped. The Jeep's gonna go back up for sale next week. It's supposed to be online. I haven't checked. Kind of been just, I guess, trying not to freak out. At this point, it just is what it is. Everything is what it is. There's nothing I can do. So I'm not gonna freak out. I'm definitely not bringing it back up north. Those guys are gonna screw me, and they're really far away. Yeah, just whatever. Anyway, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this episode, guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you next time.